It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Here we go. Ready? Right up.
Oh, yeah.
Shot.
Burrow looking to pass. Pass incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
11 Thomas.
Mike 13, Mike 13. He's coming, he's coming. Check in.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Shot.
From midfield now, Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Top line, ready?
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Mike 13, Mike 13. He's coming, he's coming.
12. Stop.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. The 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, Phillips. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Here we go, here we go. Ready? Wait, hot.
Double tight. Double tight. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. 3 down.
A handoff to Mixon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Check. Crunch, crunch,
crunch. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Shift.
49, check 49, check 49.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
I'm gonna run you over. 24 is the mic. 50. Hey, you block over here. 24 is the mic.
Rodgers now on first down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Charles, a tough task ahead for this defense, trying to slow down Aaron Rodgers. What would you be trying to do?
I would think about selective pressure, Brandon, and what I mean by that is he's going to eat you up if you blitz him too often because he'll read that and go to the man coverage patterns. But every now and then you bring that pressure out and make him deliver the ball on time.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Alert 3, 36. Alert 3.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
58! Let's go, dude. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 57. Mike, 50.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And it's a Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. On the return, Phillips. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all them calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Watch the screen. Watch the
11.
On third down, Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him to football in space as they did right there.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Anderson. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Hey, take 26.
Single. 57 for Mike. 57 for Mike. Got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Now he's back back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. On play action, Rodgers. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. And Crosby puts it through. And that will up the score now. It's 23-zip.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Big stop, Pete. Big stop. Let's go.
Check 3. Check 3. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
Burrow will throw. His throw incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Hey, check Mike 30.
Now Burrow.
Hey, pick your game up.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working from the gun. Rodgers. That is caught by Anderson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down, Green Bay.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You got it, be a 50. 24's the mic. I got you. I got you, son. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 8.
24's the mic. Deep.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Rodgers on the keeper. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Move. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on here to punt it away. On the return is Pettis. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
on one. Ready?
Mike 13. Watch the run. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, hey, hey. We got three. We got three.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 5 yards remain on second down.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11.
Mike 13. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 13. Mike 13. He's coming. He's coming.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a third and long after that sack we just saw.
Mike 13. Mike 13. He's coming. He's coming. Check him.
They go play action with Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. Taking a shot here for Marshall. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Here's Rodgers. That'll be caught by Anderson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will make the lead now 26. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Taken from about the 12.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
24 is the mic. Come on. You better break it.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And did he get in? No, they'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball, grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Mixon.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon
with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 19-point ball game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
2nd down and 3.
Now a play fake. Rodgers steps away. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they get...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. At second down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Being chased out left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. Disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback rolling left and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Get set. Hey, can.
He's checking. Crash. Begin. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
11.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
At the Packers' 13-yard line.
Here we go.
Check back 33.
Here we go. 180. Nice up.
Check 33. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Check 3. Spot.
11.
No. Check 24.
Stop.
On the jet sweep, here's Chase. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Here we go.
And a great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Here we go. 180. Nice up.
Here we go. Hey.
12. 11 empty. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Preston Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brings up 4th down. Evan McPherson for the field goal. 37.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Packers.
Touchdown.
So the problem's really starting to add up now. I mean, they try the field goal in an effort to get a little bit closer, but the block and return make the situation worse.
I like what you just said there. Just trying to get a little bit closer. I think mentally, that's why they were doing it, because really the 3 wasn't going to do them a whole lot of good, but they feel better about themselves now. They feel exponentially worse.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that will make this a 19-point game. On the return, Phillips. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. efficiency of blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Here we go, here we go. 180. Playing hot.
Mike 13, Mike 13. He's coming, he's coming. Check him.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike 13.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the rookie Eric Stokes. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Bengals grab it.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
A good pickup there at 22.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This is caught. Not much there, only a yard. Second and goal from the 1. Touchdown! Robbie Anderson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers use the short field to get in for 6. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field, the extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Phillips. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Let's put that team on the bus. 24 is the mark.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
There's not enough pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And now here is another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Mason Crosby, field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
There we go.
Mike 13. You gonna get this?
There we go. 180. 11 MT. 11 MT.
Switch. Switch.
Got.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, 53 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards to just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here's a throw off the scramble, and that's complete out left.
Let's
and
go,
they'll get
boys,
this
bring
well
it up.
past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, well, sometimes the defense, you may have no other choice but to throw
down.
well, offense. It's a linebacker to try and cover your back. Linebackers nowadays, they run. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And again, it's Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The end
result, 21 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And some
touchdown, Packers!
Come to my world!
Terrace Marshall with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Mike 633.
11, 11, 11, 11.
You mine. Hey, check Mike 30.
Now it's Burrow.
It's just me and you.
And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side of this one. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Burrow
looking to pass. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
12.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield